What if all the cows on Earth farted at the same time? Picture this. You're driving your car, listening to music, minding your business, thinking you are the one polluting the planet, but plot twist, the real threat to the climate might be a cow, or more precisely, millions of cows. Because yes, in the global championship of pollution, the fart beats the exhaust pipe. The science that also kinda stinks. According to a serious report by the FAO, yep, that's the United Nations, not a meme, livestock farming emits more greenhouse gases than the entire transportation sector. We're talking 18% versus 14%. And we're not just talking cows. Add in pigs, sheep, chickens. Yep, they fart too, even if more discreetly. Cows, though, they are the queens of methane. A single cow can produce between 250 to 550 litres of gas per day. That's like inflating 500 smelly balloons every single day per cow, and there are over 1.5 billion cows on Earth. Forget the ozone hole, this is a digestive crisis. The hypothetical scenario, the planetary fart. All right, it's time for our signature segment on Crazy Maybe. What would happen if all the cows on Earth farted at the same time? Well, no, the Earth wouldn't explode. Let's not be dramatic, but a sudden methane spike could boost global temperatures almost instantly. We're talking fractions of a degree, but that's climate chaos in a can. NASA would have to rename the ozone hole to the global digestive gap. Meanwhile, manure production would skyrocket. Literal mountains of cow poop, enough to fertilize all of Europe and maybe even the moon. The real-life solutions that actually work. But don't panic, science is on it. Because sleeping through that smell, not an option. Here's what's already happening. Red seaweed in cow feed. Yep, sushi for cows. It cuts methane by up to 80%. Cows go from burgers to California rolls. Biogas plants, turning cow poop into clean energy. Literal poop power, talk about renewable. Smart grazing, better grass equals fewer farts. Cowfit meets eco-diet. Fart taxes. In places like New Zealand and Denmark, farms are being taxed per fart. Even the tax office says, cut the crap. The climate revolution might just start with a cow's butt. Incredible, but true. And humans? We wouldn't suffocate, but the air would get, let's say, heavily seasoned. Something between barnyard breeze and expired yogurt. Welcome to Stinktopia. So next time you smell a farm and scrunch your nose, just remember, you might be inhaling the future of climate change, because in the battle against global warming, every fart counts. If you want to find out what would happen if cats ran our governments, or if pigeons took over the smart cities, or if a giant radioactive cucumber became president of the USA, subscribe to Crazy Maybe. Smash that like button, hit the bell, and share this with that one friend who farts harder than climate change. Because science is serious, but with a laugh, it's unstoppably viral. Bonus, when the manure submerges us all, literally. All right, now let's take this hypothetical even further. Let's say we ignore the problem. No seaweed, no fart taxes, no poop reactors. Nada. What happens next? Simple. The Earth gets flushed. Scenario 1. Planet poop flood. Livestock numbers keep growing. Manure production skyrockets. Eventually, there's so much poop, it starts covering the land. Cities disappear under brown waves. Subways turn into soupways. People build floating poop-proof bunkers made of waterproof hay bales. The New World capital? Shit cargo. We'd develop entire poop economy systems. Cow pie coins. Manure-backed NFTs. Elon Musk starts a startup Muskmuck, eco-fertilizer for Mars. Scenario 2. The breath of doom. Air quality. Imagine walking through a cloud of warm dairy farts forever. You go jogging and collapse halfway, not from exhaustion, but because you inhaled 40% methane, 60% cheese vapor. Perfume brands rebrand entirely. Eau de Bovine, Musky Mist, Flatulux by Giorgio Mooney. People walk around with miniature oxygen tanks, marketed as fart filters. Fashion trend of 2040, designer gas masks with LED emojis. Scenario 3, the Great Boom. Now picture this. All that methane, trapped, builds up in the atmosphere until one unfortunate farmer lights a match too close to a cow's behind. Boom! A literal chain reaction megafart. One spark ignites the methane, triggering a global fart explosion. The sky turns orange. The Earth gets a hot flash. Satellites burn out from the sheer shame. Aliens detect the blast and mark Earth as stinky, do not visit. And that, friends, is how humanity accidentally Dutch ovens itself out of existence. So, yeah, maybe it's time we take cow farts a bit more seriously, or at least stop lighting matches near their butts.